Of the many things the governor has done, and he has done many, there are three things that have really moved me. One is his commitment to families, to strengthening families with programs of financial literacy when he was the treasurer, and then with programs like Stand By Me. He's had a commitment to say, how do we make families self-sufficient, independent, and reach their maximum potential? The second thing that I've really admired is his commitment to communities through Delaware State Housing Authority, initiatives like Strong Neighborhoods, downtown development, really understanding that it's about the people and about the place. And the last thing that I've really admired about the governor is his ability to get multi-agencies in the state to work together on initiatives. In the past, I've seen a lot of fragmented services. We've really seen some great efficiencies under this governor. So it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome our governor, Jack Markell.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you, Paul. Many of you have heard me say before, I think Paul Calistro is one of the great leaders of a not-for-profit, not just in Delaware, but that I've met anywhere. And thanks for the, yeah, that's right. The applause says it all, so I don't have to add anything to it. On the point that he was making at the end, I do think that I am particularly, one of the things I really like about this particular announcement is the partnership between West End, the State Housing Authority, Discover Bank, and Jim Roskowski is just one of the guys in the private sector who gets it. And we are really, really grateful to you because, you know, we could have lots of great programs, and if the money is not there, the program doesn't really get a whole lot done. So, Jim, thank you very much for your support. The Council on Housing, and we've got a couple of members, Vince White and Ruth Sokolowski. Thank you both for your great work. I told Anas, I met with the Council on Housing about a month ago, and I have a lot of councils. I mean, there literally are hundreds of them, and I don't meet with all of them on a regular basis. I meet with these folks once a year, and I am constantly impressed by their knowledge and their commitment. It is a great group, and we're very fortunate to have them. Of course, Anas and his team at DSHA. Many other partners who I won't mention all of them, but Mary DuPont of Stand By Me. Mary is in the business of introducing me to ideas that I wish I had thought of myself. And we have literally made 18 years of it now. And it started when she was working at the YWCA and I was the state treasurer, and she introduced me to the idea of the earned income tax credit and the importance of having a campaign to promote awareness of the earned income tax credit. It continued when I was elected governor, and she came up with this awesome idea of Stand By Me. I am so proud of this program, and it is the one program that I think does so much good, and we've just not gotten as much visibility for it as I wish we did, because it's literally helped thousands of people, and she tracks the results, and we have many, many, many hundreds, probably now into the thousands of people who have improved their credit score markedly as a result of this program. One of the favorite stories that I, come from my time as governor, about, I don't know, 9 months ago, we were down at Dover Downs to celebrate Stand By Me, and I met a guy who had been working at Dover Downs for years. He was in debt, he was in debt, he was in debt, he was in debt. He didn't make any more money, and then Stand By Me started at Dover Downs, and he went from being in debt to saving $300 a month to buying his first home. And it's like an amazing story. I mean, this is why we all go to work every day, because when we get to meet people whose lives are a little bit different because of something that we've done, that makes it all worthwhile. And so, and this particular announcement today of helping those who are buying a home for the first time avail themselves of even more resources to make sure that they're making great decisions is really important. And so it wouldn't happen if not for all those folks, Newcastle County Board of Realtors and so many others who come to the table to say, how do we work together? And I think, to Paul's point, we really have focused a lot on how we get everybody to the table, checking their egos at the door, not defending whatever agency they work for, but really putting the citizen at the center of everything we do. something I talked about with my cabinet at our very first cabinet meeting back in 2009. It's something that we continue to talk about because it's what the citizens expect of us. And I think this is a great example. So to everybody who has brought this program together, thank you. And Asa and I have been spending a lot of time together, a lot of great DSHA initiatives, which I really think is a reflection of his tremendous leadership. And one of the things I very much like about him as a leader, and Paul and Jim and others, is I think the best leaders are the ones who know it's not about themselves, it's about the teams that they work with. And so they're always very careful to make sure they give credit to where it is due, which is to everybody else. So congratulations to everybody who has pulled this off. With that, I get to introduce Mary. Rita Landgraf would have liked to have been here. She couldn't. Something came up on her schedule at the last minute. Our Secretary of Health and Social Services. Mary works in that department, and you know, Mary is just, she is literally, and I know this because I talk to people all over the country, when it comes to this issue of financial empowerment, not just at a 30,000-foot theoretical level, but in making it real on the ground, Mary is literally one of the most respected people in the country. I mean, she's one of a handful. It's true. Don't give me that look. It's true. It is true. And I know because I get invited to all these events by people all over the country, and they tell me. So be gracious and say thank you. Come on up here.
Thank you, Governor.
You're welcome.
Well, we are so excited to be here today. This is an amazing partnership between the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services, the United Way of Delaware, the Delaware State Housing Authority, the Delaware Federation of Housing Counselors, the Delaware Board of Realtors, Newcastle County Board of Realtors, Discover Bank, and so many people in this room. We are very, very excited that we're all bringing the best of what each of us does to make the dream of home ownership a reality for all Delawareans. So that means all Delawareans. There isn't anybody who can't buy a house or have a home for their children for the future generations if they don't want to. So if they want to become a homeowner, we can take people with a 500 credit score, making $22,000 a year, and with no savings in the bank, and walk them through the process of building their savings, increasing their credit, hopefully helping them to find more career opportunities, job training, get them into the position where they are going to be able to qualify for home ownership counseling, where they will then be able to cross the finish line into home ownership. So this is a great dream come true, I think, for a lot of us in the room here, and we're very proud and excited to be a part of this. So I want to thank everybody, and I'd like to introduce the person whose idea this was from the get-go over a piece of pecan pie at Orner's, is that what it's called? Orner's on Route 13? Arner's, I'm sorry. Arner's on Route 13, Anas Benadi, Secretary of Housing.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Paul, for hosting us here. Thank you for your great work and your staff for being creative and for pushing us to be creative and think outside the box as well. Thank you. I'm serious, Paul. So I also want to thank DSHA team, especially the Housing Finance Division, Matt Heckles and his team, for literally, as Mary said, taking this idea that we discussed at Arner's, on 13, where we had coffee. She had just coffee, I had coffee and a pecan pie at 3:30 in the afternoon. It was great. And Matt really took this from an idea and ran with it, and here we are here with staff who are out there counseling and financial coaching folks, programs, guidelines. And what I love about the initiative is not just starting something and talking about it as a plan, but having metrics to really measure what we're doing with the funds and what we're doing with the staff that are out there in the ground. to really follow the person to say, you got it in here, as Mary said, with 500 credit score, with $22,000, with zero savings. Where are you 6 months from now, and where are you a year from now, and what are some of the progress that has been made? I think some of us were at a conference, a fair housing conference just on Friday, and almost all the speakers spoke to the progress that has been made, but they also mentioned that there is much work to be done. And I think the program that we are implementing today speaks to that, because when you look at who is suffering from credits, from lack of savings, you're really speaking at the heart of some of the protected classes, and how can we help some of the disadvantaged community advance forward. One of the comments that I hear a lot from our lenders and our realtors when we visit with them is, your marketing is working, case landlord is working, we're getting phone calls, we're getting emails, people are stopping by. But really, 8 out of 10, according to one of the branch managers we deal with, 8 out of 10 of your clients are not mortgage ready. They come to us, they're willing to close on the house, but they have no savings, they have a huge dent on their credit. So what happened is, base case scenario, they go back to the housing counselors. But if there is a lot of work to be done, most likely they will shy away and just continue what they are doing, which is living with somebody or renting, even if they have the income, and most importantly, the willingness to get to be a homeowner one day. So what we are doing here today is really establishing that phase before even housing counseling. So if somebody has a huge dent on their credit, if somebody does not have the savings, and they need that financial coaching, they come to the Stand By Me initiative. If they are mortgage ready and they are feeling knowledgeable and ready to just close on the loan, then you go to your loan officer. If you are in between, you're not completely ready, but you do have some knowledge of the process, you still need some education, then we send you to the housing counseling agencies. So it's really a continuum from day one all the way to continue to close the loan and becoming a homeowner. We really could have not done this without Discover Bank. And Discover Bank, if you know a little bit about the mortgage industry and some of the product that we offer at DSHA, we help roughly anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 homeowners a year. And all our first mortgages are closed and financed without a single dollar from the state. Nothing from the state government. And we're able to do that because of our investors and our creative ways to get private investments at a lower cost that we can pass on to our clients. And Discover, as I was talking to Jim, has been our partner since 2005. I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars that have flowed through us from Discover to make our products more attractive. And recently with this partnership, we are putting from DSHA $100,000, and thank you, Council on Housing, for your support on that. And Discover is able to marry it with another $100,000 to start this program through Stand By Me that we're hoping will be expanded in the future. So with that said, please help me welcome Jim Rozakowski, who has been a great partner from Discover Bank.
What a great introduction for Discover Bank. Thank you, Anas. It's a pleasure being here today to celebrate the launch of an important new step in the homeownership counseling process. At Discover Bank, we understand the importance of credit and planning when people are making large purchases like a home. Unfortunately, some people have hurdles to overcome so they can truly begin the process of making the dream of homeownership a reality. With that in mind, we're delighted to partner with DSHA, United Way, Stand By Me, to extend the financial counseling pipeline to families that wish to become homeowners. This initiative is in alignment with Discover's mission to help people spend smarter, manage debt better, and save more to achieve a brighter financial future. We are thrilled for the opportunity to do so for the families seeking home ownership here in Delaware. Discover has partnered, as Anas said, for many years with DSHA to provide first mortgage financing to people seeking to become homeowners. In fact, we just reached the $100 million milestone for mortgage bonds purchased for home loans, creating home ownerships to literally hundreds of families in our local communities. This initiative will enable us to continue to work with more potential home buyers at an early stage in the sales process. And we are excited about the opportunity to have a positive and lasting impact for more families here in Delaware. We look forward to working with all of our partners on this exciting initiative and want to thank you all for being here today.
Jim, did you say $100 million? $100 million. Thank you for investing. So before I introduce our next guest, you know, just like a hospital is a great thing, but it doesn't get people well. It's the housing counselors and the Stand By Me counselors are the ones that are going to bring the health and vitality to our potential buyers. So at this time, I would like all the housing counselors and the Stand By Me coaches to please rise, because you are the ones who are making the difference and making the change. Thank you. Bob could not be here today, but we have an exciting guest. Byard Williams is actually the new elected president of Newcastle County. And what I remember about Bob was he was the 2005 Realtor of the Year. So Bob, I appreciate your coming up and sharing with us the important part of the final journey, which is the Realtor community. Thank you for coming and joining us today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to correct you, Paul. It's a 2015 Realtor Year. I'm not that old. So I'm really grateful to be here this afternoon, and I'm very excited to hear about the launching of this program. Mary DuPont reached out to me one day last week and shared the partnership that is being formed and officially announced this afternoon. As Mary described, the alliance being created between Stand By Me, the State of Delaware, the State of Delaware Housing Authority, and United Way, and the other organizations that were mentioned, I couldn't help but to recall a similar partnership. Prior to my real estate career, beginnings of my real estate career, I was in the landscaping profession. As the general manager of a local landscape design build firm, I played a major role in the installation of the Philadelphia Flower Show. For those of you that aren't familiar with the show, it's the largest indoor flower show in the world, over 10 acres under roof. Why I share this with you is because there are a lot of similarities. We put together a team of over 3,000 top horticulturists, set designers, contractors, students, and volunteers from the local area, from around the country, and from around the world. Each represented their individual talent, but when combined, they performed in harmony, much like a symphony. The end result was not only a beautiful show that entertained over 300,000 visitors during that week, but a source of revenue that provided for urban landscape projects, educational programs, community gardens, and the like. Our goal, a better quality of life for those that live and work in the community. Homeownership is vital to the success of our community. Homeowners take pride in their homes. They become stakeholders in the community. Neighborhood organizations, schools, and churches are all strengthened. Local economies and businesses prosper. How do we accomplish this? How did we build the flower show? We brought talent together. We brought the best of their field together. We coordinated their efforts and built a team and followed a plan. You are building a team. You are bringing the talent together. You are coordinating their efforts, and you have a plan. The collaboration that Mary described will not only provide the necessary financial counseling needed to improve someone's ability to, will not only provide the necessary financial counseling needed to improve someone's ability to qualify for a mortgage, but will ensure their success moving forward as a homeowner. By partnering with other organizations and capitalizing on their individual talent, You are creating a symphony, a unified team, which creates a clear pathway to home ownership. The end result, a better quality of life for those that live and work in the community. I have sold many homes, and the process can be rather challenging at times, to say the least. But the smile when the keys are handed over to that first-time home buyer makes it all worthwhile. I am so excited to be here today, and as president of the Newcastle County Board of Realtors, I share in your vision. Thank you very much.
So the housing counseling agencies really have done a yeoman's task since 2008. They were not only helping people buy homes, but they helped people keep their homes. And we had some very trying times. And I will say of all the groups, the housing counselors really rose to the occasion and really didn't care whose client it was. It was about saving people's homes. And now I'm glad we're moving to a new track, and that's buying new homes. And with that, I'd like to introduce Denise Freeman. Denise has been a leader for a long time among all the housing counseling agencies. Although she works for NCall, she speaks for all of them. Denise?
Good afternoon. I am so nervous. I am the president for the Federation of Housing Counselors, and this year we'll actually be celebrating our 25th anniversary. For those of you who didn't know, there is a Federation of Housing Counselors, and there are actually 8 organizations, agencies, HUD approved, that are members of the Federation, so I'm very pleased that NCall is one of them. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention all of the agencies, so here they are. West End Neighborhood House, which has an office right here in Wilmington. Clarify, which has an office here as well as also in Wilmington. NCall Research, we have office in Newark, in Dover, as well as Georgetown. First State Community Action, which is in Wilmington, Dover, and Georgetown. HOND, which is Housing Opportunities of Northern Delaware, has an office right here in Wilmington. Interfaith Community Housing, an office here in Wilmington. Neighborhood House, an office here in Wilmington as well as in Middletown. And the YWCA, which is also in Newark. Housing counseling is probably one of the most important steps when a family is preparing for homeownership. It prepares them for being not just a homeowner, but a successful homeowner. Housing counseling offers a variety of services. Pre-purchase housing, foreclosure prevention for those that get into struggles and find hardships. We provide rental counseling. We provide financial literacy as well as financial coaching. So it is an honor that I stand here today and say that the Federation is more than happy, more than honored to be able to partner with the Kiss Your Landlord Goodbye and ensure that all Delawareans have a clear path to homeownership. And I would also like to go ahead and introduce Maria Martinez from the I don't know where she's from. Maria Martinez is going to be a buyer. And where are you, Maria? Come on up here.
How do I top that? I'm nervous as well. Thank you so much for inviting me. This has been a big journey for my family and myself. We too want to kiss our landlord goodbye this year, thanks to Myrna Jenkins, who's a wonderful coach. When we first started thinking about buying a home, I tried to do as much as I could in repairing my credit. And I got stuck after a year and a half and frustrated, and I didn't know what else to do. And I learned a lot about Stand By Me through my own employment. And I contacted West End Neighborhood House and spoke to Myrna, and she gave me an appointment right away. And when we met, we talked for about 2.5 hours. And when I walked out of here, I felt like the whole world that was on top of me had been lifted, because now I can really see a focus with the tools that she has given me and my family as far as budgeting and teaching us how to save that extra money and how to finish repairing our credit so that we can become homeowners and share the memories that a lot of Americans look for in this great country of ours. So I want to thank everybody for allowing our family to become a part of Stand By Me. I've already been recommending it to a lot of people that I know. I went to a housewarming party yesterday and gave out some cards and talked about Myrna, and I said she's at West End, so give her a call, so expect 6 calls. And I want to thank you, because really from the bottom of my heart, you've done a really great job. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank everyone for coming today. This concludes our program, but you certainly capped us off. You are the reason we are here, and it's inspiring words like you have given us that, you know, every day puts a fuel in our engines to say we can do more and we can do better. On behalf of everyone at West End, I'd like to thank you for the partnership, for coming out. Please feel free to stay, mingle, have refreshments, and this concludes our program.